Usdcad. So I have another video on the daily chart. Let me just quickly show you. And the idea there is that on the daily chart, if price goes up, there's a chance of that. So link will be in the description. But meanwhile, on the hourly chart, what we see here is that although price is right at the bottom of the range, if you go to the hourly chart, we have what we call a setup 1. So we have a wave 3 here, and a sideways wave 4 is forming. Now, if we go and ideally I want the box to be kind of more sideways and tight like this. But since it's a busy session right now, and US session in a couple of hours or 3, if these candles 2 or 3 stay sideways, you have a beautiful setup going on, and it can break down here. It might retest those levels where it's the daily range, and if it retests this, it's probably come back, and depending on your trade management, you probably get a 1 hour or a break even on this. Or you could play it the conservative way and say, okay, since we know that the daily is in the range, I'm not going to take this trade. That's one way of looking at it. So from the wave point of view, let's do a little count quickly. So we will call this a wave 1, this a 2, this a 3, and so this would become a 4. Ideally, when price goes up and comes down like this, usually would come back to these levels to create a wave C, and then we would do a 5 down. Now that's not what I'm saying where 5 will end. Just I have to click 5 times, for this study, so I just had to click somewhere. And so what I see is that this could be a wave A up. Let's draw those as well. So I will start it from here. So this is my wave A up. This most probably looks like an ABC itself. So this could become a wave B down and then a C up, either here or there. Now if this becomes a wave B, then this would be a B trap. This would become a B trap here. Price would go up. Let's just draw those. So keeping in mind this is A, this is B. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Let me actually go to the M30 so you can have a little bit more detail on this. Right, this is A, B, most probably. So if that is the case, then I can actually draw, not that, A down, B up, C down. Going back to the H1, you can see this is why when I look at these setups, I call it a B trap, because this entire B wave could have this C wave, which is kind of, it might be a fake out that comes down here and then price continue to go up, and especially because it's at the bottom of the range on the daily chart, like so. So a 3 and a 4, strong range. Price comes back to these levels, retest it, and starts to go up. Then you probably either have a break-even trade, or a small losing trade, or a 1% trade, or you might consider this analysis to be enough for you to say, okay, I'm going to give this one, I'm going to skip this one. So that's USD CAD hourly chart. I have my pending order here, and I will move my stop loss to break even if price goes there. Let me just draw those as well. So if it triggers here, my stop loss will be there, and I will target this level. That will be my target 1. So if it comes here, I might take half or just 1/3 and keep stop loss there. If it strongly reverses after entry, I will exit quickly above the high of this candle, half the risk. Here we go.